Ukraine forces were not able to penetrate into Bryansk. Russian forces took them out and made them retreat. The story goes that Russian border guards and Chechen special forces fighters clashed with at least 20 servicemen. Now, the governor of the Bryansk region said that it was a Ukrainian sabotage and reconnaissance group. So my post about the Bryansk invasion was wrong. I was incorrect, sorry. And that's where the good news ends for Russia. Because of Ukraine forces' elimination of a lot of Russian air defense, they have launched massive drone raids into further Russian airfields, most notably in Martinovka. And this airbase hosted Su-34 fighter bombers and Su-24 tactical bombers, so this is massive for Russia. If you look at the total losses of Russian aircraft, it's been at 367 for quite some time, and it's my opinion this hasn't increased because there's been no official confirmation of how many more airplanes or fighter jets Ukraine just took out. What stings Russian military pride about this attack on Volgograd, and when I say taken out, I mean Russians are saying that the Martinovka military airfield is toast. And the reason why it stings so much about this Volgograd attack is that the old name of this town was Stalingrad, where Russia won a historic battle against the German invasion in World War II. But Ukraine forces also struck a Russian airbase right next to Finland in Murimansk. That is 2,000 kilometers or about 1,200 miles away from the Ukrainian border. I'm sure the Finns are like, thank you very much, yeah. Now the question is, aside from raising morale in Ukraine and destroying morale in Russia, what did this Kursk invasion accomplish? Well, President Zelensky has said that it has led to a decrease in Russian shelling and a reduction in civilian casualties in Ukraine's Sumy region, meaning Ukraine soldiers and civilians are that much safer now. The soldiers are safer to launch a counteroffensive in Ukraine, and that's what is happening. Ukraine's 3rd Separate Assault Brigade has just launched an offensive in Kharkiv, and so far they've punctured 2 kilometers in. Since the battle has just started, we have yet to see any results. We also don't know what weapons Ukraine is going to be launching. Will they put the F-16s or more of their upgraded Neptune missiles? We don't know. We have to wait and see. But this illustration I saw on Twitter explains Ukraine's effectiveness. Look at how far Russia was able to go in 290 days, and look how far Ukraine was able to go into Russia in less than 1 day. Looks like Ukraine has also increased its attacks on Russian ports in Crimea, where they just sunk a huge fuel ship, destroying about 30 tanks. At least according to the district head of the town of Temryuk, and it was the Kavkaz port. So it doesn't look like Ukraine has made any territorial gains in the past 24 hours, at least in Russia. But I bet you we will start to see more reclamations taking place in Ukraine. Here is the most recent stat table of Russian losses in Ukraine, and remember that this eliminated personnel does not mean that these are all soldiers that died. They're soldiers that either died or they became too incapacitated to fight any further. But keep your eye on the amount of aircraft. I think this number is going to jump from 367 to at least 380, 390, maybe even more in the next few weeks. My name is the Geo Husar. I think the Bryansk offensive was just a test, and I bet you we're going to see another one in the next 2 weeks in one of the border regions. Thanks for watching.